Okay, viewers, I think I'd do a brief history on Dale Street, where obviously Chris Higgett is situated. Back in the day, this was the York Cafe on the corner. Probably the only licensed cafe in this area. It used to do very, very well. It's a sorry sight to see it boarded up the way it is now. Next door, from what I can remember, which is now Simon's Place, was used to do like gold jewellery, signet rings and what have you. And then you've got Chris's Arcade itself, which back in the day, around about, well, when I first started coming down here, about 1974, it was Warwick's Amusements and Bingo. Really nice guy, Warwick's Amusements. He used to, he actually lived above it at the time, him and his family. And the Bingo and the arcade were a whole unit. There was no dividing wall in them days. And Warwick used to call the Bingo himself. And he was well known when he was calling his Bingo for his, used to start the sessions day in and night with 10 free games of Bingo every day and every night. And he got so busy back in the day that he used to have handout boards when his seats were full. That's the only time I've seen it, to be fair. Yeah, so as I said, Warwick used to get that busy. He used to have handout boards for his 10 free games of Bingo. So he had 10 free games of Bingo in the morning, in the afternoon and on the evening sessions. He used to have an A board out there in the street advertising it, and boy, you had to be early to get a seat. If not, you were standing up with a handout board. But hats off to him, because he grew from there. He's got many arcades around the town now. He sold out, I think, round about, I'm really guessing now, about 85 to Harold Murphy, who was part of the Thwaites family who had the carousel on the Promenade. Harold was a lovely guy. Called the arcade Clayton's Amusements, named after his son. And Harold sadly passed away in this building a few years later, which is it was a shock to everybody around here because he was such a lovely man. Anyway, back to Warwick. Well, Warwick, he often used to let me just cross the road here and point this out to you, because that York Street Cafe wasn't York Street Cafe at the time. That was just a cafe, I can't remember the name of it. Next door you had a guest house, and there where you have Singapore House, that was Surfside Chippy. One of the best chippies in this area, to be fair. And what Warwick used to do, on several occasions I've seen him do it, was he'd just stop a Bingo game and just say to his customers, anyone hungry? And if anyone said yeah, he'd buy them fish and chips from over the road, and he'd sit there, eat his fish and chips, and then carry on playing Bingo. And I've seen him, I've known him do this a couple of times. What a great guy. Like I said, he's still around, he's still got arcades in the town. Don't think he's calling Bingo anymore, but he certainly knew the game. Right, next door to that, you've got the White Rose Hotel. It was the White Rose Hotel, many people might know it as that. And the Paradise Glass Shop, which has been there as long as I can remember, still under the same ownership, Avril, and I've known them for many, many years. Turn back around here, you've got the Foxhall Market, which is a new build now. It's sadly burned down probably, do you know what, I don't know how many years ago, but it burnt down. It's probably 20-25 years ago now, as daft as it sounds. Very, very big fire at the time. And that's still trading now. That's about it I can do you on this end of Dale Street anyway. I'll leave you with that and leave you listening to James's Bingo, who took over House Bingo. He still kept the name House Bingo. By the way, Warwick certainly didn't have Well, the burger bar at the front. That's one thing he didn't have. Yeah, so the one comparison that we do have from all them years ago is this big puller. Back in the day, Gemini's Big Ben was the only big puller to be made round about 1976, I would say. So around about 1976, Gemini's Big Ben brought out the biggest puller. And there was only 2 of them in this town, from what I can remember. One of them was in this building, where it was Warwick's. The other one was in front of Ripley'sbury on the Promenade, in the small arcade there, which was run by Don Cuff and his family. But as I say, the wall here didn't used to be here. The bingo was actually part of the arcade, so to speak. Yeah, so after Harold Murphy, his family sold it. I'm not quite sure who had it after that. I wasn't involved in who had it after that. But I remember Chris Higgett taking it over around about 2007 up until the present day. So, you know, take me out after him. He's stuck it out and he's still here now. And he certainly knows how to market his products, because it's very hard to get people onto the back street. So there you go, guys. It's a brief history on Dale Street and its occupants. Yeah, so like I said, Higgett moved in around about 2007 up until the present day, and Mr. Howarth moved in with a bingo around about the same time, and then marketed it as the longest running bingo in Blackpool, which obviously it wasn't, but it was a good marketing ploy at the time, because there was a good few years where there was no bingo in that building. Yeah, so there you have it, guys. Higgett's arcade there. It's been there a long time. And on the end here you've got the Stanley Bar, which is reopened this year. It was taken over a few years back by Mark Ellis. They never put the name Mark Ellis to it. Totally destroyed the place. I'm glad to see it's back in good hands now. So hopefully onwards and upwards for the Stanley Bar. I see they're moving in the right direction with the karaoke now. They opened it as some sort of, I don't know, show bar. It's from my past experiences, that show bar, it's really not going to work in this area. But yeah, karaoke bar, that's the one. That's the right direction to move in. If there's anything to do with me, that's what I'd be doing. Show bar, no. Leave that for the town centre. Yeah, so you've got the Stanley Arms there, bringing a bit of life back to the area after a couple of years absence. And just tucked behind there, you got Tony's Tattooist. I think he's been there around about 30 years now, Tony. Yeah, he's well established there in the street. He was there at the same time as above this caricature shop, if you can remember back in the day. You had Jimmy the Tattooist, a good old friend of mine that used to be up there, Jimmy the Tattooist. He'd moved from upstairs in my building to this building around about 25, 30 years ago. About 30 years ago he moved into this building now, I think. And he sadly passed away. A very, very good friend of mine. I used to sit up there many an hour and have a brew with him. But yeah, rest in peace, Jimmy. And leave it to the young fellas. Well, he's not so young now, Tony, but like I said, takes it all in his stride. Very good tattooist now. Pay him a visit.
Also, come and visit us at our brand new ice cream parlour. Step inside, still doing slush for £70 and Mr. Whippy ice cream for just £1.75.
I wish that guy had shut up in the background so I could get on with this. yeah, so that's about it for today, guys. It's not your boy Leroy signing off. Peace, sayonara. He's at it again with his CJ's Cafe. Who is he? Never mind. And his foot-long chocolate eclairs, eh? Okay, I'll step inside and join him. Catch you later, guys.